Yep, it's obviously been hectic, but also it's been enjoyable. Surprised that I obviously got the call on Sunday, but it only took 5 minutes to agree to become the interim manager until the end of the season. Then it was a case of me trying to get my staff together, which thankfully took only about 10 or 12 hours, because I was worried in case it would drag on a wee bit, but thankfully it wasn't the case, and I got the 3 guys that I wanted to come in.
Can you tell us a bit about, obviously, all these 3 guys are known, working alongside Sam as well, but why for you did you want those 3 as your first choice?
There's a number of reasons, if I'm being honest with you. Both Neil and Billy have obviously got experience as being managers at a good level. They've obviously, alongside Alan, played with the club. They obviously know the demands and the expectations, so that was important to me as well. And they're bubbly about the place, as I mentioned. They're big characters. They like to get in amongst the boys, and I think that's important because obviously the last couple of weeks has been difficult for this group of players, so it was important that I get the right people in who would get in about them. And also myself, it's important that the players feel comfortable around good people, but also good coaches.
I know you spoke a little bit on the Rangers TV about what style you want to play, what type of Rangers team you want to see. You've not got long in the training pitch, but expand a little bit on that.
Well, I've not got long because I only had 1 training session, but listen, I'm not going to use that as an excuse in terms of the game tomorrow night against Kilmarnock. We came in last night, I'll be brutally honest, we came in about 4:30. Me and the coaching staff, we sat down for about 4 or 5 hours. We had to go through a lot of things, so we were ready and prepared for the boys coming in this morning. We've not filled them with too much information because I think it's too short notice, but they totally understand what way we're going to go against a very good Kilmarnock team and against a very good experienced manager.
What have you told the players what you expect from them?
I expect to win games of football. I expect them to give me everything they've got, because that's one thing I'll give them, and my coaching staff will as well. So I had a brief meeting with them for 5 or 10 minutes today, and I got it across, and they fully understand my expectations of them.
What do you think are going to be your biggest challenges over the next few months?
There's going to be a number of challenges, but what I've been brought in to do is start winning games of football as quickly as possible, and that needs to start tomorrow night at Rugby Park.
Is James going to remain the skipper?
Yep.
What's your thinking behind that?
I don't think there was any need to change. I actually had a good chat with James last night. He came in while we were in, obviously getting to know some of the staff and getting to know the surroundings as well. I know I've been here plenty of times, but there's been a few changes, so it was good to get a good sit down with him, spoke to him, and I looked him in the eyes, and I have no doubt that he will give me 100% to lead this club until the end of the season.
Barry, you know the expectations of the fans more than most.
Yep.
What realistically would success look like for you and your backroom team between now and the end of the season?
Well, we've got 11 weeks to go. We've got a number of games, albeit we're still in the Europa League. We have to try and be positive and make sure we win every single game. Now, that's a big ask, I know that, but listen, I'm positive. I need a bit of positivity about the place. My staff have been like that, and the players fully understand that. I spoke to them today. They know the demands that I've put on them, and that needs to start tomorrow night against Kilmarnock, because I said it's going to be difficult. You know, the last time I went down to Kilmarnock, you know what happened there. So this needs to be a different Rangers team that turns up tomorrow night.
You know your appointment has raised a few eyebrows, and you know that there's some people who don't think that you have the managerial experience for a job of this magnitude. What would your response be to that?
Judge me at the end of the 3 month. I have no issue with that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. One thing you will get from me as in my staff, I'm coming in here, and I'm not taking this lightly, I'm taking it seriously. And that will start tomorrow night, so I would rather be judged come the end of the season, but also know I'm going to be judged game by game. This is just the nature of the beast when you're at Glasgow Rangers.
You mentioned style.
You'll see that tomorrow night. That'll be kept privately. The players fully understand what way we're going to approach the game. So you can ask me that when you come here on Friday.
You had the chance to really kind of soak in everything that's happened over the last
No,
year or so.
I've not had much sleep, should I say, as you can probably see with my eyes. But listen, I'm not complaining about it. It was a bit of a whirlwind couple of days. Hardly any sleep, as I mentioned earlier. Trying to get my coaching staff together, getting in, obviously getting told that I had to take the game for Wednesday, and then getting to meet the players, one training session. So there's been a lot of things going on. I'm sure in the coming days it will start to hit a wee bit. But listen, I'm excited, and listen, I'm proud to be asked to become the Rangers manager until the end of the season. So as I said, I'm going to give it my all. And so is my staff, and so is this group of players.
How ready do you feel for this challenge? Because there maybe has been times in the past where your name's been linked with Rangers when there's not been a manager, they've maybe been looking at an interim spell. Is it something that in the past you maybe felt could have been a possibility, and is it something that you've always had in the back of your mind as something you wanted to do?
No, I had a quiet life for a few years. I was enjoying a new role at the club. I was a club ambassador for the past year and a half, really enjoying doing that side of it. But listen, when you get offered the opportunity, there was no way I was turning it down. So I'm just glad I've took it, and we'll see where it goes. But look, I'm confident. I'm confident in my ability. I'm confident in my staff's ability, and also the players.
Would you hope that this might open the door to something longer beyond the 3 months, once into next season, once the club decide what direction they're going?
I'm not even thinking that far in front. The only thing I'm concerned about is Wednesday night at Kilmarnock. If I'm being brutally honest with you. I'm here until the end of the season, but my main objective is to start winning games on a consistent basis. So one game at a time, and that's what I'm at tomorrow. I'm fully focused on Kilmarnock.
I think you and your backroom staff know what it takes to win here. You've all got the winners' medals and share it. I mean, do you think that is part of your job, to go to the dressing room and try and set the standards of what a Rangers team should look like?
Yep, that's part of my job. That's part of my staff's job. The players understand that. Listen, this club's built on winning trophies, and it's not won enough over the years. That's clear for everybody to see. So we're still in one trophy, the Europa League, but domestically we need to have a level of consistency. That's where it starts, and we need to start winning games of football on a regular basis, and that's your focus.
How good was it to be with Neil, with Billy, with Xavier? I think you only played one game as a foursome together. I think it was at Forfar in the Scottish Cup times.
Well, I didn't even know that. No, it's good. Listen, I thought long and hard about it, and I had to be respectful. They were obviously, Billy and Neil were in your side in the media, similar to myself. So we had to do a fair bit of work to try and convince them. But listen, when I spoke to them, they were really keen. So was Alan, and that's what I wanted to hear. And once we obviously got the deal done, got it done early enough yesterday so we could get together. And as I said, we've not even been together 24 hours, but I can see the enthusiasm, and that's what I want. I want the players, I want the staff to be walking through these front doors with a smile on their face. And certainly that's what I got from the players today. When they come in, they were bubbly. That's the way it's going to be. But also there's going to be a serious side to it. When we train, we'll train and we'll put demands on them. And they're also understanding it's about winning games, and we have to win games of football.
I know you were speaking with Luke at various times through his spell here. Have you spoken since he left? Have you had any message from him?
No, I've not, because listen, I've not had any time. I've been non-stop the last 48 hours. Look, whenever a Rangers manager takes a job, I'm desperate for them to do well. Listen, the club have made a decision. Now I need to focus on myself, my staff, and most importantly the players. So that's been my thoughts over the last 48 hours.
Barry Ferguson, you sat in your seat 2 weeks ago and said this wasn't a good place to be. What are you going to do to make sure that this environment here is a good place?
That's one of my jobs. When I spoke to them, I had a 10-minute meeting with them, and I was just straightforward. This is a brilliant place to be. You're lucky to be at a place like this. You look at the training facility, You look at the stadium, you look at the support, they're well looked after in terms of the staff at the club. So I feel it's going to be a good place to be. Certainly the day, I felt a difference. The staff round about the place said to me they felt a difference, and that's important for me to carry that on.
Did you, to put things right, do you need to analyse what's been wrong? Because I know you've been an ambassador and you've seen a lot of the games, and so you see what's happening on the pitch, but to get to the inner sanctum and find out what's been wrong, do you speak to Tavernier, do you speak to all the players individually, do you speak to others?
Of course, that will remain private. I've spoke to some of the experienced individuals, but listen, the root cause is there's not been enough of winning games of football. It's plain and simple. There's been an inconsistency, and that's something that me and my staff and the players need to get sorted as soon as possible, and that has to start tomorrow night.
When the call came on Sunday, was Al Trey and Colin Stewart, had they already gone? Had they been told, or were you offered them to stay?
The staff?
Yeah.
No, I had just been asked to bring in a staff of my own, and that's what I had to go and do throughout the night, which I like my sleep, so that was a bit strange for me. But listen, I'm just glad I got it sorted as quickly as I did, because I didn't expect that, and I've got to give the guys credit. They were, as I mentioned, they were desperate to come, which is important to me as well, because I think you need to have a good staff round about you, and they're not just yes men either. They have an opinion, and that's important to me. So, yep, it's been a crazy couple of days.
Talk us through the calls with Dodds, Neil and Alan, in terms of they think you're going to bring them at all?
No, they didn't, if I'm being honest with you. Look, I'm a serious guy at times, you know what I mean? And when I phoned, what made me happy was their desperation to come and help me. They were desperate to come, and that's important to me. Because listen, the club means a lot to these three guys as well. And as you know, I've grew up a Rangers supporter. I've been lucky enough to play with them and captain them. And now I've been lucky enough to be given this job until the end of the season. And as I said, I'm going to give it everything I've got, and we'll see where it takes us.
One more from me, if you don't mind. Why did they think they chose you? Why did the board choose you?
I don't know, you'll need to ask Patrick, the chairman, that.
Well, you've had a few forays into management. I think the last one was 3 years ago, finished at Alloa. Did you feel, therefore, this opportunity or summer opportunity might arise, or do you feel ready for it?
I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't feel ready. Yep, that was 3 years ago. I went down a different route, if I'm being honest with you. As I said, I come back and done a different role for the club as an ambassador. Did I want to go back into coaching and management? If I'm brutally honest, I wasn't thinking about it. But when that phone call comes, there was no way that I was going to turn it down. And being back now a couple of days, it just excites me. I'm excited about it. I'm desperate to get started. I love being out in the grass today with the players, and I can't wait to get out in a touchline come 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
I know you're only saying you're taking one game at a time, but you've got some daunting challenges coming up. You've got Brendan Rodgers next month for Celtic, you've got Jose Mourinho to face at Fenerbahce. How do you look ahead to those kind of challenges for yourself?
I'm only looking ahead to Wednesday. I'll be honest with you. That doesn't interest me. What interests me is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Yep.
Hugely disappointed or any concern with the club. Did you sense watching the game there was a confidence issue amongst the players? And has that you're in the building that you found that?
Yeah, I mean, I was at both games. I could see it's clearly that it's a group of players that are low in confidence, but my job today was try and pick that up a bit. And I certainly got a response. My coaching staff certainly got a response. That was when I was driving in this morning at 7 o'clock. That was my thought process. I need to get a kick out of these guys. They need to give me a reaction, and they certainly gave me a reaction this morning. I couldn't ask for any more of them. Now they'll go away. We'll meet up tomorrow, and we'll see where it takes us. But I'm confident I will get a rise out of them.
Is that finding the balance? Because some
Yep, that has got to be key. I know the way football operates nowadays, some players need an arm round about them, some maybe need a wee clip round about the ear. I'll suss out who needs that. But what I will say is, the response I got today was the response that I wanted driving in this morning.
Unfinished business for you here, Barry. I know you've been an ambassador of the club recently, but Lee left as a player second time round was unsatisfying. There's a sense of coming back here and finishing off some unfinished business.
There's a sense of pride and look, it wasn't ideal the way it finished the last time, but listen, I was given an opportunity a year and a half ago to come back and represent the club as an ambassador. As I said earlier on at the start of the presser, I loved that role. Now that's totally changed, and now my role is to get this group of players winning games of football on a regular basis.
Do you still feel that with your big meeting that you had with the players today that you can get something out of them that maybe previous managers couldn't?
Do I feel if I could?
Your staff can get something out that maybe previous managers
100%. I sensed it in the meeting, even before we went out in the grass. And when we were out in the grass, it was bubbly, it was noisy. That's what I want to hear. And when it's like that, that tells me that a group of players are enjoying their training session.
you still feel that they've got the hunger and desire to play for a club like Rangers just with what they've had to deal with over the past few weeks?
Listen, as a footballer, you need to go through some difficult times. And listen, the last couple of results, certainly against Queen's Park and St Mirren, have been tough. But you need to show a bit of character about you. And that's what my team will show tomorrow night. As I said, we're going to a place, they're not blinded, they totally know what they're going to be going into. They're coming up against an experienced manager who I've got a lot of respect for, and also he's got a real good team as well. They've got a physical side to them, but they've also got players that can hurt you. So we're briefed on that, we're ready for that, and I just can't wait for tomorrow night to get going.
Very last few, Graham, and it
What's the disconnect between the fans and the team? What is it that the fans need to see first team beyond winning games?
A bit of energy, a bit of desire, stuff like that. I've explained that to the players. That's what I feel I've been watching them over the last couple of weeks, certainly with the few results that we've just spoke about, the Queen's Park and the St Mirren game. But listen, winning breeds confidence. But we had a good chat with them, we've had a good training session with them, and as I said, tomorrow night is going to be key. We've not missed a trick in terms of what we're coming up against, and they know what I expect of them.
last one, Colin.
You've had a number of young players in and around the first team squad so far this season. Is that something you see you doing more of in the next few months, try to develop some of these guys and see if they are good enough to step on?
Yeah, age is just a number in terms of young players, but we have got some talented young players, there's no doubt. You've got Bailey Rice, you've got Finlay Curtis, who have broke into the team over the last number of weeks. If they're good enough and they show enough in training, I will have no issues with playing these guys. So the door's open for young players in the academy, and it's important as a football club that you always produce your own. And as I said, I'll do a lot of work to try and progress these young guys as footballers.
Last and final.
But he said a couple of times that he jumped at the chance to come to Rangers as a head coach. You didn't have to think twice about it. If the next 3 months go the way you want it to go, and the way the club wants it to go, and they come calling and offer you the job permanently, would it be too good to turn down?
I'll be honest with you, I've not even thought about that. My mindset at this moment in time is getting a result against Kilmarnock tomorrow. It's one game at a time. There's a lot of games, you've just mentioned, a lot of games coming up over the next period. And no, my thoughts are I'm here until the end of the season, and I'm going to give it everything I have got to try and start to get results for this football club.
Thanks, everyone.